Hi, my name's Chad and welcome to my kitchen. Tonight I'm going to make breakfast. Again. Not again. I didn't have it today. But I didn't take anything out for dinner out of my freezer tonight. So my only alternative tonight is to maybe make breakfast. Alright. Homemade biscuits. This is the way I was taught to do it, actually by my grandfather. He's dead now, of course. He died in 1980, I believe, if I remember right. But my grandfather used to get up and make breakfast every morning at the crack of dawn. And I'm telling you, he would whip out the most amazing breakfast every morning you could ever imagine. And he also raised and grew all his own food. I mean, the only thing he didn't make that was on the plate was the flour. He didn't grow the wheat and actually grind it down. I'm surprised he didn't, though, honestly. But anyway, he would make the most amazing buttermilk biscuits every morning, along with like tomato gravy. Okay, I know if you've never had it or heard of it, it probably sounds gross, but okay, you take fresh tomatoes grown in his garden, of course canned, and then you take the canned tomatoes and you make a gravy out of it, and the gravy is used on these homemade biscuits, and oh my God, it was so amazingly good. I'm not going to make the gravy tonight, but I am going to show you how he made his biscuits. And my grandfather worked in a cotton gin, and so when I was a little boy, I was raised around a cotton gin. Well, I don't know if you've ever been in a cotton gin, but they're loud, they're noisy, they're scary. I mean, if you've ever been in one, there's belts and pulleys and chains and grinders and saws, and everything's moving real fast, thousands of miles an hour. When I was a little boy, it seemed that way. Just as scary. I mean, it's like a huge monster, and I was like 5 years old. Okay, anyway. So, yeah, naturally, it was pretty scary to me. But anyway, so these biscuits are my grandfather's, and what he would do is I'm going to show you, he rolls them in his hand. He lost his 3 fingers here in the cotton gin, and so when he rolled his biscuits in his hand, at first when he lost his fingers, the biscuits would flop out on the floor and fall out of his hands while he was rolling them. Anyway, I'm going to show you how that's done right now. It's really easy. It's not hard. It sounds hard, but it's not. First, you want to set your oven to 400 degrees. And get a sip of wine. Oh, that's good. I'm finishing off my box of Merlot. It's delicious. So we need a nice clean countertop here, and let me get the camera ready here. You watch me do this. Okay, so here we've got a nice large mixing bowl, and I'm going to use self-rising flour. That way I don't have to measure out the baking powder and the baking soda. It's already in here. So, and I'll be honest with you, I don't measure this out because I've been doing this since I was really a teenager. So I'm going to guess at these measurements for you, and if you just kind of follow this with me, it's really not that hard. Once you make this dough, it kind of comes together. You kind of know the feel of it after you make it a couple of times. So you just want to use about, now I'm not going to make a lot of biscuits tonight. This is about a cup and a half of sugar, maybe, I'm sorry, cup and a half of self-rising flour, about right here. Maybe, I don't think it's 2 cups, but it could be close to 2 cups. Anyway. flour. Now, I don't believe this has salt in it, so I'm going to put a little pinch of salt in here. You want a little pinch of salt in your biscuits. Now, the next step is we're going to cut in our shortening. And actually, I'm going to use a little margarine with the shortening for flavor. Alright, it gives it good flavor to add a little shortening, a little margarine with your shortening. So this is about, I'm going to say, 1.5 tablespoons of shortening right here. And then I'm going to use about 1.5 tablespoons of margarine with the shortening. So you want to cut this in. What I mean by cut in is just take your fork and just mix, start smashing your flour, your shortening and your butter, and stirring it around into your flour, and it'll start forming like little lumps of shortening in here with the butter mixed in it. Just want to cut it in just like that. See how I'm doing that? And I think that's going to do it right there. Now at this point, you could add buttermilk. You could use buttermilk. You could use regular milk. You can use, tonight I'm going to use half and half. I don't have any buttermilk, or I would definitely use that first. Buttermilk for your buttermilk biscuits. If you don't have buttermilk, use some cream. If you don't have cream, use some half and half. If you don't have half and half, use milk. Milk is fine. Yum. Alright, so here we go. And I've never measured this. I just kind of know by the way it looks. But let me just go ahead and start pouring, and then I'll tell you about how much I poured in. That's about 1/4 cup, maybe almost not a 1/2 cup. But I'm going to add more, so that's what I'm going to add. Let's see. That's going to be about 1/2 cup there of milk into about 1.5 cups of flour. You want to stir it and bring it together till it kind of gets, you want it moist. This is it looks good right here. This is a nice texture right here. Is what you want right there. And I'm going to stop right there. Alright, that looks good. And I'm just going to use a regular spoon, a tablespoon here, to start making our biscuits. Alright, and the way you do that is just like this. I have my pan here, right on the side here. It's not greased. You don't have to grease your pan or anything. Leave it just the way it is. And take the fork out here. Take the fork out. I said take the fork out. Okay, and so we want to you want a little flour on your countertop right here. And for this is really for your hands. Because I'm going to roll these biscuits in my hands. You start just like this. I'm going to use about, I see I go by the tablespoon and I just really lump it in there nicely. That's a nice sized biscuit right there. You just want to kind of eyeball it. Pull that off in my hand, and I'm just going to roll that around into a ball and make sure your hands are floured up so they don't stick. Just pat them out to about the size of a biscuit, like that right there. And right into your pan they go. Next one. To your hands. Just roll it up into a ball, pat it out. Perfect. Alright, well, I just learned something. This does have salt in it. There's a lot of salt in here, a lot of sodium, and I didn't realize that before. So I understand now why some chefs choose to use all-purpose flour to bake with, because they can control the amount of baking soda, baking powder, and especially the salt content in your food. So I can understand why most chefs use the all-purpose flour, or bakers. I'm not a baker by no means at all. But this biscuits is something this recipe my grandfather taught me years ago. So, and I was just going by what he taught me. And you know, right now I'm just reading on here, I see the sodium content is not real high on here. It's not real high at all. So don't get me wrong. I like using it because I don't have to measure out the baking powder and the soda, and now I see the salt too. So, and this is plenty salt for me. Now, some people, I understand, couldn't have salt at all in their diet. Now, for that reason, of course, you want to use your all-purpose flour. But for me, this has got, it's not a huge amount of salt. 390 milligrams, 16%, and that's per serving. So that's really not a lot. I've seen a much higher doses than that in recipes or in products. So to me, it's not a huge amount of salt. It's probably too much for some people. But anyway, with that said, I just read on there and I wanted to bring that to everyone's attention. Alright, I put the timer on 15 minutes for my biscuits. And right now I'm going to cook up the asparagus. And I think I'm just going to blanch those tonight and have them as a side item for our poached egg dinner. So right here I've got a pan of water for my asparagus, and I'm just going to put that on high and salt the water. Okay. And then I'm going to use my non-stick small pan here for my canned corned beef hash. And I'm going to do these like I would refried beans, which I'm going to use a little vegetable oil in the pan. Well, my eye doesn't want to light, so that's perfect. Find a lighter. And let's see if I can do this without blowing myself up. I better turn that TV off or down. Don't want to infringe on any copyrights. Alright. Whoa. So. Pan of oil heated up there. Alrighty. Cheers. Hey, I think I need a refill. Alright, now let's throw our canned corned beef hash in the pan. Alright, that's a lot. Smells like dog food. And look, it looks like dog food. So, let me read the can on that. There's a lot of salt in this, so I'm not going to add any salt, but I am going to add some pepper. Well, this needs help. Lots of pepper. And I'm also going to add a little bit of red pepper. Red pepper flakes. Just to give it a kick. And let's see, I think I want to add a little parsley to it. Give it a little color. Okay. And I think it needs a little bit of, just a little bit of garlic. A touch of garlic. A little touch of garlic. And let's see if I have any onion powder. Let's see, where are you? Onion powder, onion powder. Onion powder. Okay, not onion powder. Ah, there we go. Minced onion, perfect. Alright, that should help this a lot. At least flavor-wise. Hopefully it'll help it visually as well. Alright, I can't wait to taste that because I know what it tastes like without anything in it. Now, asparagus right there, and that's my bath for my asparagus to cool them off after they take their little sauna. This is coming along nicely. Perfect. Now I'm going to move this over to this eye, so I can have this one for my eggs. Alright, I'm going to make poached eggs for the very first time. And I want you all to see. Alright, so here we go. Okay, my water's boiling here for my asparagus. And so right now, I'm going to drop in after I cut off the ends of these. And actually, you know, you can, if you don't, and you can just snap these right here. Just like that. And they'll break where it's tender. You know, and beyond the tender part, it's going to be a little tougher. So they break automatically where they should. So I just snap those off there. And I'm going to throw these in the boiling water. And that's going to be enough for me. And once again, another hint, if you haven't heard me say this already on my other videos, is save your scraps of your vegetables and put them in a plastic bag and put them in your refrigerator until you get enough to boil them up and make vegetable stock. So that's what I'm going to do with these right here. And as you see here, I have a baggie with some scrap onions that I was going to toss out. So I'm going to, now I'm going to add to that my asparagus and any vegetables you cut up, celery, broccoli, asparagus, any scraps you may throw away. You might want to save those in a bag, put them in your fridge. Don't let them go bad. You want to boil them up before they go bad. So, now these onions have been in here a couple of days. I just put my asparagus in. So this has got a day or two left. I could add some more to this before I boil it up. Definitely smell it before you boil it and make sure that it's not spoiled before you boil it up. Your nose will tell you if it's good or bad. Always trust your nose. So, these look good. They're in there. What is that beeping for? Oh, my biscuits. Not sure what you can see there, but let's see what we can see. Let's see what I can see. Okay, they're coming along. I'm going to say, wow, they're about done. 2 more minutes. Just to get them a little browner on top. Cheers. All right. Let's get those biscuits out before we start poaching. Okay, these biscuits are done, and so I'm going to take them out of here. Yeah. Now, aren't those gorgeous? Beautiful. Move these over here. And let's go back to the asparagus. Okay, and here's our beautiful asparagus. It's done now. It's cooked about 3 minutes. Boiled about 3 minutes in that. Now you're going to throw it in the ice bath. Right here. Just let those cool off. That stops the cooking process, and it also helps them retain their color, and they retain a crispness to them that if you don't watch them, they get overcooked real quick. And if you ever do that, they're still okay, but they're just soft, and that's okay. Sometimes what I do with them, though, if they do overcook, is you can always make soup with them, and oh my goodness, it's the best soup ever. Anyway, so now our water's boiling. I've got my asparagus already cooked. My let's taste this hash right here. I swear, everything I put in there didn't even phase it. I don't care. I still like it. I don't know what it is about it. Something about it. I'll tell you. The red peppers, I do taste those though. Those really hit in there. That's a nice addition. I'm glad I did that. Pepper and red peppers and some parsley. Mmm. Okay. I like it. Okay, our water's boiling, and now I'm about to poach some eggs for the very first time. I've never done this before, so wish me luck. And cheers! That's lovely. All right. Now I'm not quite sure how to do this, but we're gonna. What I heard was vinegar, white vinegar, and crap. Oh, here's one. 1 tablespoon. I heard a tablespoon of vinegar in here will keep your eggs from spreading. So here we go. 1 tablespoon of vinegar. Bloop! I hope that's right. I wonder if it's 2 tablespoons. Oh, that looks right. Oh, it's doing weird things, look. So, here we go. It's gonna be freaky. Okay, that looks good. Oh, is that gonna stick to the bottom? Oh, yeah. I don't want it to stick to the bottom. This may be a disaster. I'm going to do one at a time, just to make sure I get this right. Where's my spoon? That looks pretty good though, doesn't it? Oh Lord, I hope that didn't stick to the bottom. It sure looks like it went straight to the bottom and stuck, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. If this works out the first time, I'll die. I won't die. This is freaky. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. Do I touch it? I think it's stuck. I don't know. Oh. It looks wonderful, but... And I also heard you throw it on paper towel to dry the water off, so... That's why I got this bowl over here with paper towel in it. It looks like it's stuck! Oh my goodness. It's not stuck! Oh my God, it's not stuck. Okay. Egg number 2, here we go. That one looked like it went straight to the bottom again and stuck. That's what it looks like. Wow, this is totally not what I was expecting. Wow, that's beautiful. Look at that. Do I take it out now? Looks done. Oh my gosh. Not quite done yet. I could see it when I pulled it up. It kind of cracked open right there at the edge, and I could see that it wasn't all cooked through yet, the white part. So I'm gonna let it cook a little more. I guess this is okay. Oh yeah, it's moving. What? It's supposed to come off like that. Was that supposed to come off like that? I guess so. Okay, leave it alone.
I need some more wine. This is so freaky. I don't know what that part is right there. It just came off of both of them. This is looking more solid now. I don't think he's ready. Oh yeah. Looks good. Just gotta cook some more of this one. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that looks pretty good. I'm getting the hang of it, I think. So this stuff here, you just like push that to the side. Wow, that's amazing. It's amazing. Look how pretty this looks. Oh my God. That's amazing. That looks delicious. Is that done? I never quite got the time down on this. I don't know. This is my first time. So, looks done. Yeah, I think he's done. All right, that looks amazing, doesn't it? Right in there. Oh, wonderful. Love it. All right, turn this off. All right, let's plate this up. Okay, I switched this out because I needed this little hole to pour the hot butter in for our egg yolks. So let's go ahead and I'm going to just get some fresh egg yolks. One. Two. That's not even reaching the blades. So let's go ahead and go for 3. Maybe that'll bring it up to the blades. That's the problem I'm having making one serving of hollandaise. It's not enough egg yolks or liquid to bring it up to the edge of the blades. So I'm going to go ahead and just make a whole amount. And that should do it. 3 egg yolks. And let me add more butter to this because now it's going to need more butter. What did I do with the butter? Oh yeah, this is fun. Oh yeah, there it is. So we will go ahead and add the rest of this butter. That's going to be another 2 tablespoons I'm adding to the butter and margarine mixture. Alright. Alright, so here we have our nice fresh hot butter. I just heated in the microwave. You can see the steam coming off of it. That's what we're going to use right now in our hollandaise sauce. And I switched over to the blender because now I can pour the hot butter and on top of these egg yolks. This is 3 egg yolks in here. And now I'm adding, you could add 1 stick of butter or 3/4 of a stick of butter and 1 stick and a 1/4 of a stick or 2 tablespoons of margarine if you want to lower the cholesterol in this. Just a little bit. I mean, I'm just saying, if you want, you know, you don't have to. It's pretty much, you're pretty much wasting your time anyway with all the egg yolks. But anyway, that's another story. Let's go ahead and get this going. Alright, that looks pretty good. Alright, let's plate this up. There's Coco. I don't know if you can see him or not, but he's right there. Okay, biscuit. Go ahead and get 2 of these. Open both of them. Okay. Butter or margarine, whichever you prefer. I'm using margarine because I know you already have some butter coming. And I'm just buttering my biscuit halves here. Just like that. Alright, just cover that right up. I never worked with a poached egg before, so not quite sure how to handle this, but looks like I'm learning. Oh, that one cracked a little bit there. Wait a minute. Do this way. There we go. It doesn't matter how these go on, just however you want to put them on, like so. That looks like some yolk that didn't quite get mixed up there at the bottom of the blender. So that's okay. Just wipe that right up there, and there we have it. That's my homemade biscuit, corned beef hash, and asparagus. Hollandaise with hollandaise sauce. Poached eggs with hollandaise sauce. Pretty cool, huh? Nice. Let me give you a close up. Ta-da! Okay, here we go. Look at that. I'm just going to cut these asparagus up. Wow. Wow. I'm sorry, but that's amazing. Oh my God. Wow. That's amazing. Amazingly good. But let me show you one more thing to do with these side biscuits. You just want to drizzle them with a little maple syrup. Just like that. Oh my goodness. Wow. Those are delicious. Try those biscuits. Try these poached eggs. I mean, honestly, they came out wonderful. Don't be afraid. I wasn't. Well, I was a little bit. But it really came out good. I'm happy I did it. Enjoy. Happy eating.